In a quiet neighborhood where nothing ever seems to happen, one man and his daughter are about to uncover a secret no one was meant to see. A father with a buried past, a daughter with an eye for truth, and a neighbor hiding something far more dangerous than anyone could imagine. What started as a search for peace turns into a fight for justice. This is the story of what really happened in Oak Hollow. Jack Walker didn't want to be noticed. That was the whole point of Oak Hollow, a quiet neighborhood of trimmed hedges, PTA meetings, and families who smiled too much but asked too little. He chose this place for Ellie, 12 years old, fiercely smart, stuck in a wheelchair after a car accident that shattered more than just her spine. She needed peace. He needed redemption. Their new home was modest but clean. Ellie picked the room with the bay window because it had the best light for drawing. She never said much about what happened before, but she sketched constantly. Like her pencil could explain what words couldn't, Jack let her. He spent most days fixing up the house, avoiding eye contact with the neighbors, trying to erase the shadows of his past one quiet morning at a time. That illusion ended the day Melinda Pritchard introduced herself. She didn't knock, just appeared in their yard, holding a clipboard and a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Neighborhood Watch," she said, pointing to the laminated badge on her chest. "We like to keep things safe around here." Jack nodded, polite, but closed. Ellie watched from the porch, her sketchbook on her lap. Melinda's eyes flicked to the wheelchair. "She's a brave little thing," she said, as if Ellie were a rescue dog. Jack's jaw tightened. "She's more than brave." Melinda's smile faltered. Of course, over the next few weeks, Melinda showed up too often. With flyers, with questions, with sideways comments about keeping certain types out of Oak Hollow. Jack knew the tone. He had heard it in villages overseas just before the bullets started flying. Ellie noticed something first. She always did. Behind Melinda's garage, half hidden under a tarp, was a crate, metal, marked with symbols Ellie didn't recognize. She had seen it while sketching under a tree. She didn't say anything to Jack, not at first. Instead, she drew it. Every bolt, every odd symbol. Her sketchbook didn't just record, it revealed. Things escalated at the neighborhood barbecue. Melinda insisted they come. Jack declined. Ellie, curious and stubborn, convinced him. The food was bland. The stares were sharper. Ellie sat quietly in the yard, sketching. That was when she heard it. Two men by the grill, whispering. She moved it again. Crate's not safe there. If someone finds out. Ellie's pencil froze. She looked up, saw Melinda staring straight at her. That night, Melinda came to their house uninvited. She didn't bother with pleasantries. "You snooping little brat," she hissed. "What do you think you saw?" Ellie didn't flinch. "You're going to want to rethink that," she said evenly. "My dad's killed people for less." Melinda froze. Behind her, Jack stood at the door, calm, silent, cold. The gun in Melinda's hand shook. Jack moved without warning. In a blink, he disarmed her, snapped the weapon away, and had her face down on the porch before she could scream. Ellie didn't even drop her pencil. The police came. Melinda cried self-defense, but the bruises on her arm and the calmness of Jack's voice didn't fit her story. Detective Raina Doyle was the one who took the report. She didn't even ask for Jack's ID. "I know who you are," she said later, out of earshot, "and I know you didn't start this." Melinda disappeared for a while after that. The neighborhood was silent, too silent. Then Ellie came home one day with a drawing of a truck. She'd seen it outside Melinda's house, unmarked. Men loading crates, more than one this time. Tommy, Melinda's son, said they were his mom's friends from the city. Jack started watching, calling old contacts. He didn't want this, but it had found him. He learned the symbols on the crates were military surplus, modified aftermarket tech. Some of it banned, none of it legal. Melinda wasn't just a nosy neighbor. She was running logistics for a black market operation. And Oak Hollow was the perfect cover. Ellie kept drawing. Every detail, every truck, every face. Her sketchbook became a record of something the police hadn't even noticed yet. Jack gave the evidence to Doyle. She hesitated. "This will drag you in," she said. "Is that what you want?" Jack looked at Ellie, her fingers smudged with graphite, her eyes sharp with understanding. "I want her safe," he said, "even if that means becoming who I used to be." The raid happened on a Tuesday. ATF, local police, even federal agents swarmed Melinda's house. The crates were real. The operation spanned 3 states. Melinda was just a piece, but an important one. Jack didn't watch the arrest. Ellie did. From her window, sketching every moment. Afterward, the community turned. Some were grateful. Some were scared. All were curious. People whispered about Jack. Some avoided him. Others looked at him with new respect. The man who took down the quiet threat growing in their own backyard. Ellie published her drawings in the school paper, anonymously. The story circulated. The crate, the gun, the truth. Her art told everything that words couldn't. Jack sat on the porch one night. The neighborhood still for once. Ellie rolled out beside him. She said we didn't belong here. Ellie said, "But we do, don't we?" Jack nodded. "We always did. We just had to remind them." She handed him her sketchbook. On the last page was a drawing not of the crates, not of Melinda. It was of the two of them. Jack sitting, Ellie drawing, the trees behind them swaying like sentinels. He didn't say anything, just looked at it for a long time. They weren't just survivors anymore. They were witnesses to pain, to resilience, to the strange truth that even in the quietest places, danger can grow in silence, but so can courage. And in Oak Hollow, the silence had finally been broken.